welcome to Liz Rocks and Stuff. I'm Liz. It's time for episode 61 of What is in My Tumbler, and we're going to start out with Ruby Rose. This is currently in stage 3. We'll be going into final polish, and I'm very excited to see how this turns out. Not too sure why my slurry was a little brown this week. It hasn't been brown in this batch, so I don't know what's going on there, but we're going to keep moving. Slurry comes in all kinds of colors and consistencies. It's real weird sometimes. So we are just going to get them rinsed off, put them right back into the barrel, and I'm going to add in some shaved ivory soap, and this is going to go into a cleaning cycle for just a few hours. So this is going to tumble for maybe like 4 to 6 hours. I find that ivory soap cleans a little bit faster than borax, so when I'm using the ivory soap, I don't run the cleaning cycle quite as long as I typically do with borax. It just seems to work a little bit better. So now that has gone through its cleaning cycle, we're going to get it rinsed out. Good looking foam. I'm feeling pretty good about this. So we're going to get these rinsed off, and then I'm going to do a quick inspection. Remember, I want to always make sure things aren't broken or chipped or going to cause problems, especially going into the final polish. I have had rocks break in the final polish before, so you want to make sure you kind of keep an eye on things, and you don't want anything to cause scratches or ruin the finish in your final polish. Now, this barrel is a little bit low in volume, but I opted not to add any media or anything at this stage. I just didn't want to bother with it. So I'm gonna cross my fingers and hope that it doesn't ruin anything. If these don't turn out well, I might just throw in some media and run them through final polish again. But this is Ruby Rose going into final polish. It will be done next week, and I can't wait to see how that turns out. So now we're going to go to the Coquina Jasper, Marion Stone, Elephant Stone, whatever you want to call this. I'm really loving how these are turning out. The pattern on them is amazing. And as always, the slurry is this nice chocolate brown. So we're going to get these rinsed off. And I'm going to do an extra thorough rinsing because the slurry for this is also very thick. In fact, things were sticking into the bottom of the barrel. So typically I rinse the barrel off camera because there's no reason to rinse it on camera, except here I needed to rinse it over the colander because there was stuff stuck in it and then that nice pile underneath. So this requires a lot of extra cleaning and being a little more thorough because of how thick this slurry is with this particular rock. It is a very soft rock. It's not too dissimilar from the shungite when I did that a couple years ago. Maybe that was last year. I don't remember. So this is going to go in for its bath cycle. Again, a tablespoon of shaved ivory soap, and let this go for just a few hours. It doesn't need much more than that, especially since I was pretty thorough with the rinsing there. And once we get these done with their cleaning cycle, going to open this back up. Again, brown water, but at least it's not thick. So this is going to be a little more easy to rinse off. So we're just going to get the soap and everything rinsed off of these and get them inspected. I did a really quick inspection of these. These do not look like they're going to break anything at all. So I'm just going through them very quickly and then going to get the media put back in there. Now, I was not happy with the level of this. It was about half full, and because these are softer stones, I didn't want to give them the opportunity to break. So I did end up adding a bunch of extra media to this batch. This is media that's been all the way through stage 4, so I can add this in at any point, and it's not going to cause any problems. Now remember, this is going to be a stage 3.5, and I think previously I have stated that stage 3 is 1,000 and this half stage is 1,500. I was wrong. Stage 3 is 500. This stage is 1,000, and then final polish is 8,000. So it's recommended to do this extra stage for the softer rocks. So we're going to see how this goes and if it improves the final product. So these are going to be done in 2 weeks. All right, mix it up. Stage 1. This is random bits from a bunch of previous batches that never were ready to move past stage 1. So these are going to be finally finished, except it's a mixed batch, so who knows what's going to happen. Most of what I tumble tends to be in the 6 to 7 range hardness. I'm not too concerned about how these are going to turn out, but when you do mixed batches, it is always important to keep your expectations low, because you never know really what's going to happen. So I have my cup on the top. That's things that are ready for stage 2. Anything that needs more time in stage 1 is going in the bottom. And I am being a little bit picky about these. I'm not typically a picky person when it comes to moving things along, but there are some rocks that had just a little tiny divot in them that I just felt like one more week is probably going to get that out. So why not? This is going to take a while anyway, and I'm probably going to do several batches of these. So why not? So what I wanted to do is see, do I have enough stage 2 rocks to fill a barrel? So I put the stage 1 rocks in the colander, put the 2 rocks in the barrel. Not quite ready. Probably will be ready next week, but I'm not going to push this or rush this just to get a barrel going into stage 2. So add a little more water to my storage cup, put the stage 1 rocks back in, and I needed to fill up some more space in here. So this is a box of just mixed rocks from, I ordered them from online somewhere. I don't know where they came from. I don't know what they are. They're just a bunch of stuff. We'll see what they are when they're done. Because it's hard to tell sometimes before they're polished what they are. So I filled this barrel up. It's probably a little on the full side, but with stage 1 rocks, I tend to fill a little higher because you can. So tablespoon of borax, 3 tablespoons of stage 1 grit, and these are going to go on the tumbler for a week, and we will see how they end up. And then finally, my last barrel, marine photography. This is a picture jasper and ocean jasper together. The ocean jasper are bigger chunks, and the picture jasper is smaller, so I thought they would help each other grind down a little bit better. So these are looking really good. The ocean jasper is taking a little longer to shape because it's bigger. That tends to happen. So I am going to be sorting out. You can see I only have about 5 pieces of the picture jasper that's ready, and all of the ocean jasper I put in is not ready at all. 1 or 2 of those pieces probably don't have too much longer to go, but I'm not going to let them slide through just because I want to move things along. I'm going to be picky, and jasper can sometimes take a little longer. Sometimes it's fine. Sometimes it takes longer. You know, it's just how things go. So far all I have ready to go into stage 2 is the picture jasper, but I am going to try and start working more of the ocean jasper in. It's just they're bigger pieces, so they take up a lot more room. So 1 more piece of ocean jasper, a few more pieces of picture jasper, get that filled up, and this is going to be a tablespoon of borax, 3 tablespoons of stage 1 grit as per usual, and these are also going to go on the barrel on the tumbler for another week, and we'll see how these are next week. Hopefully we have some ocean jasper that's ready. It's actually really pretty, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it turns out. So next week we'll look forward to seeing Ruby Rose done, hopefully. I'm hoping that turns out really well. Everything else is still moving forward, and thanks for watching, and I hope to see you back next week.